Good morning, May the 30th today. I know we've posted 2 or 3 all close together recently. I hope you all enjoyed Peter Holden's little video. He's got a great setup, he's a great guy. We're privileged actually to get down and get a look around his place. We may do one more visit, but I don't want to do any visits near the shows because obviously you're starting to give your hand away. But we'll see how time goes. I do plan to possibly nip down to Alan Stokoe's. We've been, videoing him as well. Alan says we're welcome to go back. He's all planted out now. I'm a mile behind, as everybody knows. I've got that much other work going on. I'm still waiting for space. I've only got 1 trench planted at the moment. They're looking good. They've been in about a fortnight, and I'm quite happy with them. I've just cleared another trench off. It was already prepared in the winter. It's had no fertiliser added. To be honest, I'm going to grow all seedlings in here, and I'm not looking to exhibit them. I'm only looking for new varieties. So I'm planning on putting possibly 14 pot leek seedlings in, Peter Kerry's hybrid seedlings, and maybe 8 of the blanch leeks that I've got up the top, seedlings again, and we'll see how they go. Now, because I'm not looking to exhibit them, I'm only looking for new stock for future years. I've changed the strategy that I would normally put fertiliser on. This has been an organic bed. I'll be honest, it hasn't had fertiliser on. Last year I had barrels on here and I grew in the barrels, but this year the barrels are off. I've put the pots into the ground. I've put 5 litre pots in this end. I've put 14 in. The far end I've put 8 3 litre pots because the blanch leeks are only in 3 litres. They're starting to spoil actually. We are at the end of May, the bank holiday. But what I'm doing, I'm putting an organic fertiliser on today, and it's Terra Plus. You've heard me mention it. I'll be honest, it's new out this year, so I haven't used it before. But what I've done, I've set the whole trench up ready. The only thing that is remaining to do is to put the black and white polythene on. I've put the drip hoses on. So what I'm going to do is just go along the run of the drip hose where they'll be getting water from, and I'm putting a scoopful, my little trusty scoop. With this Terra Plus, it's actually just under 4 ounces in that little scoop, and it's doing between 2 and 3 plants, so like a 2 metre run. So they're possibly getting 2 metres to a metre run, but I'm going to do that on either side where the actual drip hose in. So I'll run along and do that, and then I'll put it on pause. We'll come back and have a look once the polythene's on. Do the same again. I'll come back and have a look once I'm planted out. Just a level scoop, as you can see here, and I'm just going along the actual run of where the water pipe is. So it's not too heavy, as I say, about an ounce to 2 ounces per yard run. And just go past you to the end of the trench. Right, that's the Terra Plus that I'm on about. I'm using it in everything this year. There's 2 different kinds. That's the nitrogen one. There is a potash one which I'm using on the tomatoes, and I've used it on the strawberries. We've had a good crop of strawberries. So I'm going to put it on pause. I'll get the black and white polythene on, we'll put the drip hose on, start to water the beds and get a few leeks in. Cheers. Hi, half an hour by. Right, I've got the polythene on. I've got the holes all cut out. The pots were already in, as you've seen before. I've made a selection of pot leeks. I've got 14 pot leeks out. I brought 8 blanch leeks down. Now I haven't selected the blanch leeks. To be honest, most of my blanch leeks are starting to get spoiled in the greenhouse because it's too hot and they're crammed in the benches. I've picked the first 8 off the bench. 3 of them haven't made up the length, but they might make good intermediate, so I brought them down. I'll turn the camera around, I'll walk you along, we'll just have a little look. Right, just a quick look along the trench. All ready for planting, sides fastened down. Right, these are seedlings. They're from Peter Kerry. They are hybrids. They are crossed the JSN and the blue leek. So they should have good attributes of both, hopefully. Size and softness of the blue and quality of the JSN we're looking for. The problem with seedlings is they don't all come identical. Even though they're hybridized, you've got a better chance of a stronger plant from hybridization because there's no self-pollination. So these aren't for exhibition this year, they are for future years. I'm looking for new stock here. I'm hoping that we'll get some nice plants out at the end of the year. So we'll just let these tick over nicely. At the moment, there's some nice plants amongst these. Just go along slowly. It's no good picking a favourite out at the present minute because I can guarantee every week the plants change slightly, and by the end of the season the ones that we thought were going to be the best may not necessarily be. It could be the smaller ones, the ones with a better flag count, softer flag. However, you know, a nice straight barrel, round, no hole up the bottom, no suckers in them. So these are in 5 litre pots, and as you can see we've got a 5 litre pot already in the trench. That's just to lift out and knock the pot off the plant and just drop it straight in. That's the last of the pot leeks. Switching on to blanch. Blanch leeks are slightly different. These ones aren't hybridized. I had one area last year where I put Pendle blanch leeks and JSN pot leeks. We do get beehives in. They'll be coming in next weekend. Actually, the beehives are arriving, and we put one at each end, and the bees did the work. So they will have crossed from the JSN onto the Pendle blanch leek. Now, I wasn't sure whether I was going to get pot or blanch, but I have taken the seed from the actual Pendle as the mother plants, and as you can see, this is what we've got. Now, these are all, well, at this end I had 12-inch collars on. They've grown a good 2 to 3 inches above. So these at the present minute, some of these are actually 15 inches in length. They didn't look as if they were going to make length in the early stages. They're only in 3 litre pots, so I've just put a 3 litre pot in the ground. There's a flag remove off that one, a little bit decay on that one. Obviously they've got to be staked up. They've had no special treatment. In fact, they've dried out once or twice. I hope they don't run to seed. That one would look as an intermediate. That one would look as an intermediate. And that one would go as an intermediate. So what I'm going to do is I'll get these planted out later today. It's so hot in this polytunnel. I'm going to go around to the thermometer and have a look. And once I'm planted out this evening, I'll come back tomorrow. I'll do a second video, basically just showing you what they look like planted out. Give them a good drink. I'll move along here. These are the Cumbrians, the various 3 that I planted out early on. There's 1 or 2 shaping up really nice here. Some lovely leeks amongst them. I did top dress these off with a compost mix, which was just Johnner's number 2 and multi-purpose compost mixed together, equal parts. And I've put about 1 inch around the plant just to stop the surface root from burning. So that would be the first 2 trenches which I have planted. We'll just check this temperature in the polytunnel. It was so hot in the greenhouse. There we are. I don't know if you can see that. We are 96 degrees there. 96 Fahrenheit. 34 Celsius. It's too hot for well, it's too hot for me, and it's too hot for all the plants. So they will be under a bit of stress. This whole back of my polytunnel all the way along, it's 80 foot wide, this polytunnel, and I will drop, there is netting on it, but I'll drop all the polythene down to let a flow of air through. It makes a massive difference. Lets the air through and cools the entire polytunnel down. Right, we'll switch off. I will come back probably tomorrow, do a little video of the leeks once they're planted across that side, and then in the next week or so I'll look to get down to Alan Stokoe's. I had promised to go up to Andrew Robinson's, the dahlia lad. We're going to look, he's the national champion. We're going to look and see how he's doing with the dahlias. I'll make an appointment and we'll try and get up there as well. Thanks very much now. See you later. Bye bye.